Cash Money Records and No Limit versus. We really can't play a lot of the songs just because copyrights, YouTube. But MC, what are your thoughts on the verses? First of all, versus the setup, and then also who won.
Well, I tell you from the rip, I picked No Limit before it even started. Anybody who knows me knows I was heavy into
MC,
the
MC,
yeah.
you gotta draw this out. We want people to like listen all the way through.
They're gonna listen because I got some pretty interesting takes.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
But again, they both have notable catalogs, right? But neither
Yeah,
team was at their full strength. There were some missing pieces on both sides.
true.
The setup was great. The performance, I'll tell you this. I feel like it was Juvenile versus No Limit, and
Yeah,
Manny Fresh to a smaller degree. Manny Fresh is a legendary producer. He's definitely one of the greatest to ever produce. But it was those two kind of holding it down. And it was clear. It reminded me of Locks versus Dipset. And people might not be as familiar with Locks and Dipset. But the Locks they come off as brothers. Like they fight, they love each other, they on the
yeah,
same team at the end of the day. And when it's time to play, they come with it. Dipset, you could tell that there was cracks in the armor and certain ones wasn't getting along with each other. That was definitely the vibes I got from Cash Money. And it showed. And then
yeah.
we later found out, TR. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that for later. Go ahead.
All right. Well, okay. My thing is, I ain't never seen the Well, I haven't seen the verses all the way through. I just happen. I mean, I like No Limit. I like Cash Money, and so I tuned in to watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. I will tell you this much though, that was the wrong crowd. That crowd didn't know they wasn't even singing along, rapping along, and that crowd was they probably weren't even born when a lot of these songs came out. Like, it's just crazy how there was just hardly anyone in the crowd just kinda, like, just vibing with it, and I was like, "This" I mean, I still enjoyed it, but it's like, "Stop showing the crowd, they suck. They're just terrible." Like, the crowd is not even, focused, or they were little kids, so they didn't even know anything about these songs. But as far as, you're right, it was a bit of a handicap, though, and the problem that I think a lot of people are gonna have with it is that even though you were handicapped, you still have to give it to I mean, sorry, not No Limit. You gotta give the Cash Money because their catalog during that time still beats No Limit. Like, No Limit had I mean, a lot of, amazing songs, but Cash Money, and if you throw Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, like,
You can't add Nicki Minaj and Drake. They weren't on Cash Money.
yeah, they
They were
were.
on Young Money. They were on
Yeah.
Young Money.
Young Money is owned by Cash Money.
Okay, so if we're doing that,
Well, you ain't
um,
doing that. It's even with. I mean, I don't know who's going to take out Drake, and I don't know who's going to take out Lil Wayne. You tell me who's the best one over there. That
Drake is first of all, Drake is Gen Z's rapper. This was a millennial based event. One thing I will say, Tr, definitely the wrong crowd. They should have had it in New Orleans. That's a no brainer. If
yeah,
everybody is from New Orleans, why are you not in New Orleans?
yeah, that's true.
That's a layup right there. Just to give people context on the verses, if you don't know, because we probably have listeners that don't. It jumped off during the pandemic back in
Right, I
2020,
remember
where
that.
people were stuck in the house. I've seen just about every single one because me and my wife watched them as we treated like a live event or concert.
Yeah,
So I've seen most of them, but it's a dope concept and it continues to grow. Um, there were some huge versus battles you should go back and take a look at, especially whether you old school, Gen Z, or whatever. If you old school, go check out Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills. That was a great one.
yeah,
Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. That was dope. People around my age range, Locks and Dipset. You had a SWV versus Escape. There were so many good matchups, and everybody's streams and listens go up when these things happen, so that it creates an effect. Well, what I will disagree with you, Tr, is No Limit can go blow for blow with Cash Money on tracks. Blow for blow. Whatever
you don't have to
Cash Money song
handicap
you
it.
pull out, you
You
said
don't
what?
have to handicap it. You're telling me
Household.
no limit till up to 2000s, and Cash Money where it's at now. They're going track for track, or at least album for album. You're telling me that?
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly what I'm telling
All
you.
right. And you bought Silk Shockers all of his albums?
So Silk is the.
Okay. See, that's
Do you listen to everybody on Cash Money? Do you listen to everybody? Matter of fact, play that video I just dropped. Play that video I dropped for this conversation.
Oh, with Turk.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I mean, all right, keep talking. I gotta find this video.
So when I say No Limit can go, I'm saying this with the understanding that Cash Money and No Limit both have artists that I don't particularly care for. I'm just talking about the ones that's at the top. I'm talking about your Master P's and your Snoop Dogg's and your Mysticals, which, by the way, had he been there, the energy level would have been way higher.
Oh wait, hold on. Which
Yeah.
Mystical? The one that signed on Cash Money or the one that signed on No Limit?
Mystical has 3 platinum albums on No Limit. 3.
He was. Did you know? Do you remember? Actually, this is a good
Yes,
question.
I do. I do. I do. I remember
Do
he
you
was
know who
rocking
else
with him
was
for a
on?
little bit.
Do you know who
Huh?
else was on Cash Money?
Who's that?
All right. One was Paris Hilton.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about Paris Hilton being on the Cash Money label for like it was like for 3 years, and then also she, I mean, she dropped like 3 songs or something under the label name, but no album. But it was crazy. I forgot about that. Actually, I think if you listen to some of those songs, play them now versus when they came out, I think they go viral just because they're that EMU or EMT, whatever that shit's called. Some people are gonna love it, some people don't. But I forgot Young Buck was on there. I forgot Limp Bizkit was on the Cash Money label. Not that I'm saying go listen to these folks on the Cash Money label. The point is, Cash Money. I mean, as much as if you go out, you have to handicap them in order for to have a conversation with No Limit because No Limit was, it's Master P. You got C Murder. I love C Murder's albums. So I mean, I
He's
didn't
in
have a
prison
problem.
though, so that's a handicap.
Yeah. No, I
So
mean,
is Mystical, by the way.
yeah, yeah, true.
And
Um,
Mac. Mac is doing a life sentence, matter of
yeah.
fact.
But when you listen to No Limits albums, it does sound a little more, or at least how they were singing or rapping, it does sound a little more brotherly. But when you get the Cash Money, that's the club music. That's like, and I know No Limit has some club music, but look, I ain't ashamed to admit that some of my toxic behavior came from some of the Cash Money songs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, hey, especially the hot girl or project chick. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I still listen to it to this day.
Are you Gen Zer that were born in like 2002, 2003? You was born because your parents was taking over for the 99 2000 with Cash
Hey,
Money.
for real.
But here's the thing, TR, and I looked this up earlier, and it apparently Wheezy had a concert in Vegas that night at a completely different venue. He wasn't even rocking with it. So
Yeah,
that's another thing that tells me something is going on the Cash Money side. And there was a little bit of messiness from Birdman too. You know, he's talking his stuff a little bit to the
yeah,
point where man, he first was like, "Hey, man, chill out, man. You know, we ain't on that type of vibe tonight. So
yeah.
if you ain't on the same team, y'all gonna take the L almost every single time."
I don't give him L on that though, but I understand your point though. Like, it's a good point here.
See what's going on. I think No Limit won. You know, that's my honest opinion. They was more organized. They was grown up about the situation. You feel me? And if niggas on Cash Money side be honest, they'll say the same thing. You know, I want to be known. 4 songs they played, I was on those 4 songs. They had to skip around my verse, but four, maybe 5, and they played 10. So when motherfucker go to saying Turk got 1 song, bro, y'all must not be a Turk fan, or y'all don't know no history of what was going on. I had some of the most memorable verses in the streets. See, I missed the commercial side, but the streets all over.
You can
You
stop
right
right
here
there,
with it.
TR. When you
Jeez.
got somebody on your own team, supposed to be on your own team, saying the other side won, that's white flag right there. It's a
Sounds like
wrap.
sour grapes, MC. Sour grapes. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
Like,
okay, so Lil Wayne was in there. Is that Sour Grapes too?
they still
He was
play
in Vegas.
they still play some of his parts. I mean, honestly though, I wasn't expecting Lil Wayne to be there. I mean, shit, Drizzy might be there. Like, I was expecting him to be there either. Or who wasn't there? They played Mercedes and Mercedes has some. She has some words for the folks that use for Verzuz, because they used a track that apparently she owns that track, that Boo song or whatever it's called.
Well, Pete better get ready to pay up then if that's the case.
Yeah, and which I went down a rabbit hole. Mercedes actually is a lawyer or something. So
That's not going to end well there.
Yeah.
She got ownership of the songs.
Yeah.
You brought up Silk the Shocker though. Silk got a couple of bangers, but the way he raps, it's hard to listen to at
Exactly.
times.
That's what I'm talking about.
If we being honest.
If you being honest, yeah, you're just talking about Master P. That's it. That's where it stops. Now, I can admit,
Master P didn't even carry it though. Mia X carried No Limit.
I'm sorry, what?
Mia X carried that verses for No Limit.
Carry what verse? Like the verse, or she carried the label?
She that night. I'm talking about the verses, not the label.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she carried the team.
I was like, all right, MC, you tripping. Yeah, Mia X did a wonderful job. I forgot some of the. I mean, I never got the Mia X album, but I always enjoyed Mia X when she was on a track though. And Master P, I mean, for what he did, I mean, he definitely. This was right after Biggie and Tupac had passed away, and he did a good job carrying us into the next generation of music. That's when Cash Money and that's when the Dirty South music started to come up. But I mean, I can appreciate, Master P and No Limit, but I mean, I still gotta give the dub. I still listen to Guerrilla Warfare. I might actually, I gotta go back to Ghetto D, like, because Master P, that was just amazing what he did with Ghetto D, and I know Ice Cream Man, but after even if you get rid of Guerrilla Warfare, you still got Juve's albums, you still got the Big Timer albums, you got the Hot Boys album. Like you still, and you even got Weezy. I mean, put Weezy albums in it. Like you got a lot of people with albums. Honestly, on the No Limit side, I mean, yes, Master P, but then also you got, I didn't have a problem with Silk. I like Silk. It is what it is. And then C Murder.
Yeah, here's the thing about Weezy, TR. Which Weezy are we getting? Because if we're talking about any Weezy before the Carter 3, he's probably gonna be unmatched.
Yeah.
But post Carter 3, it gets a little tricky. Especially mixtape Weezy. Ain't nobody messing with that. I can admit that. If he came there in mixtape Weezy mode, that would have been a huge problem for No Limit. And it would have took somebody else of Snoop's caliber to even counter something like that.
Oh yeah, Snoop was there. I forgot about Snoop.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is crazy. But again, I tell you, the craziest thing I found was Paris Hilton was on the Cash Money label.
Yeah, and I'm looking at all these artists listed on here. Actually, before I go into that, why do they keep mentioning NBA YoungBoy? This is where I'm starting to show my age a little bit, because Birdman kept talking about NBA YoungBoy. I barely even know who that is. I was thinking maybe you might know. Now we looking like millennials out here.
Yeah, no, I mean YoungBoy. I mean I know he got a roster of kids, and I like his music. I mean, I see why people like YoungBoy, but I couldn't tell you why he was repping him like that.
And for the record, I like them both. I just happen to think No Limit is a little bit better, especially in the R&B side. A lot of people sleep on the Sons of Funk. I like the Sons of Funk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about those guys. Yeah. There's some. Are we missing anybody else on the No Limit side?
We missing a whole bunch of people, but a lot of people wouldn't even know who they were. I can name a lot of people on that roster. Fiend was there too, but remember, Fiend left No Limit to go to Rough Riders.
Yeah. I forgot about Fiend.
Yeah, I would have expected Romeo to make an appearance, but he didn't.
Oh, I forgot Bow Wow was on the label too.
Yeah, he was. Bow Wow was also on Death Row, so he been on a few different labels.
Jeez. All right. Well, yeah. So I think Cash Money won, and MC thinks No Limit won, but not because of music, just because of brotherly love. So there's that.
Yeah, go ahead and spin my term like you want. Who I really want to know, Brando, who's one of our day ones. He's connected to the New Orleans side of things. I would like to hear him jump in and hear his opinion. So Brando, if you out there, go ahead and drop it in the comments, man. I'm curious what your thoughts were too.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll wait to see if Brando is in the comments though. But we are going to go to the main event, and gotta figure out how I'm going to title this because I don't want YouTube to flag it. But the Democrats in Maine is y'all wilding out, and we talked about this a little bit earlier about how the big tent that's going on with the Democrats, and